Alright guys, in today's video we're going to look at the statistics and recap what happened in week 1 of Big Brother Canada 10. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so in the first week, the first thing that happened was the first 4 house guests that entered into the Big Brother house, which was Summer, Steven, JC Lynn, and Josh, I believe. They made an alliance called the Honey Bunches. However, I don't really know if this alliance is still ongoing or not, because they didn't really talk a whole lot in this week's. I'm really not sure like if this is a true alliance or it's just like a 1 week thing. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Alright, so the next thing that happened in the house was there is a phone. It doesn't sound that interesting, but if you answer the phone, you could be granted safety, because that's what happened to Jay. The phone was ringing, he went to answer it, and he was basically told, you have safety for the week and you can't compete in this week's HOH competition. So basically this brings us into the HOH competition, where there were 3 different groups, each of 5, because Jay couldn't play because he won safety already. So the first game that was played, it was a puzzle, and you had to build it in a door frame, and then you had to open the door, get through it, and then close the door, hit your buzzer without the puzzle falling on top of you. So Herman played in that and he won, so that means he moved on to the next part of the HOH competition. The next game that was played for the HOH was a memory game. There were 5 people, and if you got a question right, you could tell one of your opponents to leave. But if you got it wrong, you were out. So Moose ended up winning this, and him and Herman are now in the running for the HOH. The third game that was played was a beanbag tossing game. There was 3 platforms that were spinning in a circle, and you had to throw a beanbag on each platform to win. So Josh ended up winning this. He got all 3 beanbags onto a platform. It was actually a really close game. And so now Josh, Moose, and Herman all have an opportunity to win the first HOH of the summer. Well, I can't say summer, it's not the summer. First HOH of Big Brother Season 10. Alright, so Moose, Herman, and Josh now had to pick a door to stand behind. So there were 3 doors. It's kind of like, what's behind door number 1? What's behind door number 2? You get a car, something like that. So Moose and Josh both got safety behind their doors, so they were safe for the week. So they're safe for the week. And Herman, he got HOH, which means he's the first HOH of the season. All right, now this brings us to the nominations. It felt pretty quick when I was watching the show. Not gonna complain. Anyways, Herman ended up nominating Jess and Melina to be evicted. Alright, so this brings us to the veto competition. Jess, Melina, Jay, Steven, and Helene all compete in this veto. Jess actually ends up winning the veto, which means she takes herself down from the block, and now Herman has to name a replacement nomination. The replacement nominee ends up being Kevin. Now we're on to eviction day. It is almost a clean sweep, but it goes 11-2 for Melina to be evicted from the Big Brother house. So that means Kevin stays another week and Melina is the first one gone. That's tough for Melina being the first one evicted. However, because Kevin survived, Big Brother allowed him to pick between 3 doors to win 3 different cash prizes. I think it was $500, $2,500, or $5,000. And he chose the door that had $500 behind it. So that's pretty good for sitting on the block first week and surviving. All right, that's the end of the recap, so let's get into the statistics. For comps played, everybody played in one comp except for Jessica, Helena, Melina, and Steven, who all played in the Veto and the HOH comp, which means they have two comps played. As for win percentages, there's not a whole lot because everybody basically has a 0% win percentage except for Herman, who won his HOH competition, Moose, who won his HOH competition, and Josh, who won his HOH competition. They all have 100% win rate. As for Jess, because she played in the HOH competition and the Veto competition and won the Veto, she has a 50% win rate. As we already know, Herman was the HOH, Jessica was the Veto holder, and Kevin, Melina, and Jessica all ended up on the block, giving them their first time on the block each. Also, Melina was evicted on day 6. Alright guys, so that's really it for the statistics. It's going to be a little bit of an all over the place because it's not a whole lot to go off of. And it's going to be kind of all over the place for the first couple episodes because there's not a whole lot of statistics to actually give you guys within the first couple weeks. But as the season progresses, it will become more organized. As I do more of these types of videos, it will be more condensed and polished off. So that's really it for this video. So remember, work hard, stay humble. We'll see you in the next one. See ya.